Prophet Uebert angel. One major prophet. You know, the blueprint that Prophet Uebert angel is having is very amazing. Like regards to international prophecies, one-on-one prophecies, you know, football prophecies, whatever. Anything you can call prophecy. But from Prophet Uebert angel, there has been some different settings in regards to the titling of the pastors, the ministers in the church, of the Good News Church, I mean to say. And Prophet Uebert angel brought some videos out in regards to what the Lord is saying about ministry. Let us not attack each other. I'm talking in terms of pastors, ministers having to attack each other and all of that. A lot of beautiful, you know, updates. But one of the updates was the name, title of Prophet Uebert angel, Ra. When I saw Ra the first time, second time, I said, look, Nick, I'm very intelligent. I love to be on the intelligent, you know, amongst the intelligent people. Look it up. Then I picked up my phone. What is the meaning of Ra? I looked it up and I was like, it's not really dangerous. It's not really a thing that prophet has carved or something that is trying to make a tradition or carved out of nowhere. No. It's literally someone who can perceive, someone who can, I mean, Prophet Uebert angel, if you don't study, you wouldn't understand him, right? But there's a lot of sense he's making. But why am I trying to bring this video out? What Prophet Telvin Sowah, one of the great prophets coming from Ghana, said about Ra, the word Ra. And I might not talk at the end of the video. So watch this video carefully and understand Ra, who a prophet Ra. Let's go get this one.
Yeah, that's a prophet. Who is a prophet?
Who is a prophet? Okay. Let's start from the top. I'm defining the word prophet.
Okay.
Now we have two different words for prophet, in the Hebrew and then in the Greek.
Okay.
And then, so I will mainly go to the foundation and take from the Greek.
Okay.
When you read 1 Samuel chapter 9 verse 9, now the Bible was talking about two words, which is the word prophet and a seer.
Okay.
I thought they be a man for confusing scripture. No? They mistakenly think, say, you were prophet and I was seer. They are not different. They are the same people. So in 1 Samuel chapter 9 verse 9, I explain it and say, a prophet is a seer, but seers were called in the old the days of old seers. Me person me can treat. Omo friend olden days, you know, prophets. No more friend seers in the olden days.
No more kind of prophet. No more kind of seer.
Can see So the Bible made it clear in 1 Samuel chapter 9 verse 9. And that's the same person, the prophet. So it's the word Ra'ah or Kozeh in the Hebrew. And a seer and a prophet, which a seer is a prophet and a prophet is a seer. Now you see who a prophet is. A prophet is the one that is inspired by God, speaking the words of God under the inspiration of God. That is where prophet is. And tinia oka nyankopon kasa ewo nyankopon tumi mu is a prophet of God. And tinia mi yi kire no e di akire. And na odi kire na were exposing the clarity of the situation to human understanding. Because Nyankopon Timi can't say indirectly. So he explains certain things to us. In the time of Moses, in Krofono Kacha Moses say, ye pese wa on fire unko Nyankopon no one can train what he wants to tell us. But the amount for they could not stand what was being commanded. And they began to run and say, no, Moses, wa konyamiona kotia sem na ya the reason why the prophets are there is that they are secured, prepared to receive inspiration from God, and then be able to condense the inspiration to human understanding. That's it. Because God is not going to speak in English language.
Okay.
God speaks heavenly language.
Wow.
So we interpret it into your understanding. But I will say that in all conditions of existing prophets in the Bible, through time and its structure, most people, for you to become a prophet, you have to be born with what we call the prophetic call. That's what I call it.
Okay.
Because I believe that for a person to be a prophet, he has to be born a prophet or has to be.
Okay.
So God does not go looking for people that are not prophets to become prophets because it is a very delicate condition. When you look at 1 Kings chapter 9, verse 1 Kings chapter 19, when Elijah was speaking Elisha, in that condition and that operation, that choice to pick Elisha was very crucial, because at that time Elijah was complaining and God said, okay, go and appoint Elisha. At that time Elisha was already in the condition, prepared, understands the mark of divinity. So when Elijah got there, he placed his mantle upon him and he said, God has called you. Immediately Elisha understood. How did Elisha understand? Because he already knew who he was. But then he was waiting in line for who will become the headline prophet. So in the olden days, they have the sons of the prophets, and then they have the headline prophets. The headline prophets are the main ones. So during the time Elijah was leaving Elisha, there were people that were mentioned in the Bible that these are the sons of the prophets. So they were together with Elisha before his master left. And then the mantle came upon Elisha, and Elisha became the next headline prophet. That does not mean say prophets in no, but God appoints one to lead his voice.
And it could be said, them who have cried was
Yes,
we may all be prophets.
Yes.
But Nyamina in his own time, no, eyi baako say wo pie na be
na lead.
Say we for
Exactly.
See.
Exactly.
Enti metiwo is a Romeo, me say me person be a prophet because said there o shem kom and they said there o dia disem to jan ehme fe. So I want to be like you are. Is it possible? Say I love it, so I want to be like you. Is it possible that I can be like you if I want to, if I am willing to?
You're willing to. Yes, there's a possibility, but one say the prophetic has hierarchy of operation.
Okay.
And not hierarchy of name, but hierarchy of operation.
Yes.
The prophetic ministry and the prophetic angle of God itself does not respect age, height, power, nor influence. It's not how big your church is. You may have a large church and not see anything. God will not be talking to you. You'll be working mainly on inspiration.
Okay.
But then the prophetic ministry itself, number one, is by birth. If you are not born a prophet, if you don't have that thing inside you, it will not work.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will. If you don't become a prophet, you will become the other one I'll mention here, you know. That be Muslim for the Bokano.
Okay.
And now better than Malam.
Okay.
And now better than soothsayer.
Okay.
And now better than necromancer. It is already inside you. Most of us are born with the prophetic call. That's what makes you a prophet. So the Bible said, before you were a blood clot in your mother's womb, I knew thee and I have ordained thee as a prophet. That time, he has already been appointed and ordained. The reason is because in that angle, he bears the prophetic call. So there's a possibility of becoming a prophet. And we are many malams, many are conforming, many of those boom prophets. All of them are prophets. So they are prophets of bad, prophets of this. So you are a prophet, you have the prophetic call. And depending baby who they will call no echo. Do you understand? I say so it's like enkosia. Say double ebe hachi akukọ nkosia. Akukọ no be di double nechi ka say any mama. The same way if eagle comes to arch the eggs of double the beji. So the egg is the prophet, but then it depends on the power which hatches your prophetic. So if the main true force of God through Jesus Christ comes to impact you, it awakens the true intent within you. The same way say comfort powers be round one. Ebesa awoken the same thing. Two timi say omutimi ye dia ye ne pe. Maybe I may be prophesying through time and other things like that. There will be another malam.
Yes.
And now kundalini ni biti India. Or no so catch our pe without any mistake. Yes. It is because he already has the prophetic call, but then he was hatched by the wrong breed.
2025 market crash has come to an end, and you've heard it here first. Trump tariffs have caused an uncertainty on the market. This is the right time for investors to jump in. Now, XPX, that is S&P 500, dropped 21%. NAS 100 dropped 27%. UK 100 dropped 16%. US 30, best 30 performing companies, right, in the United States dropped 20%. BTC, I predicted, is going to hit 75K. It even dropped to 74,000 and some few pennies there, right? Now, this is a time. The elites have taken profit. The market has gone down during uncertainty with Trump tariffs. This is a time that we have set into an accumulation phase. You want to invest into the forex market, the synthetic, space. You want to invest into the crypto market. You want to do forex. You want to do stocks. You don't know how to do it. Join the financial market masterclass with Trader Nixon, and I'll show you how to do it like a pro.